Hi everyone, it's Jennifer from Zen Bar with this week's video chat. It is the beginning of August and I wanted to highlight this month's series, which is going to be all about building a bar foundation. So the first blog post in this series with this accompanying video discusses the importance of setting an intention before you begin a bar workout or class. And just to back up a little bit, it also builds upon the self-care material that we talked about last month in our self-care series. So last month we talked about different ways that you can take care of yourself on a daily basis, setting aside some time to read or to get in a healthy Zen bar workout, which is great for your mental as well as your physical health. And this month I want to take the self-care one step further and start really building that strong foundation that we need to get the most out of our bar workouts. And that begins with the intention setting component. So to backtrack a little bit, Zen Bar was founded by its creator, Jonelle, and Jonelle decided she loved bar and yoga so much, and she was certified in both disciplines, that she wanted to marry the two. So you got the grounding mindfulness of yoga combined with what I call the grace and grit of bar. And she developed this wonderful method that allowed both disciplines to shine. And it begins with our warm-up. And in the warm-up, it's your opportunity to get grounded, to get centered mindfully, as well as warming up the body physically. And one way we do this is to set an intention. So you may have heard this before. What's an intention? What's an intention? And in its simplest form, an intention is just a purpose, a goal, or an aim, something that you desire as an outcome for anything. It can be your day at work. It can be a project that you're working on. It can be a bar workout. So we're going to talk about setting intentions in the context of our Zen Bar workouts and classes. And I'm going to give you just a few simple steps that you need to set an intention, because when I was like, intention setting, it sounds complicated, and it could potentially sound far out there to those of you who tend to feel as if certain parts of the spiritual world you're not comfortable with, and that's completely fine. But really, in its really simplistic form, we're just going to decide the goal and we're going to put it into words and then put it into practice. And it's something that literally can take a minute, if that, 30 seconds while you're getting your bar clothes on or filling up your water bottle or just like setting your space up before class begins. And it doesn't have to be fancy, complicated, doesn't have to be prophetic. It's just what you want to get from that particular day's session. So the first step is decide what you want to get. What do you desire? It could be increased flexibility, increased endurance, being able to get closer to touching your toes or do a few more plies or pulses or whatever it is. Decide what your goal is for that particular class or workout session. Then decide the feelings that you want to gain from participating in the workout session. So clearly identify what you want to experience during your workout, after your workout. I want to feel energized. I want to feel empowered. I want to feel relaxed. So decide what those feelings are going to be. And then you're going to combine the two you're going to combine your desire with the feelings you hope to come about into a sentence or two, so that you can repeat that to yourself several times throughout your workout session or your class when you find that your mind is wandering. So it doesn't have to be complicated again. I gave an example in the post, which is today I want to feel fully connected to my body during my time at the bar, so I feel empowered and strong by the end of class. I tend to be wordy, so that's my take on it, but it can be really very simple. And it doesn't have to be something that you say out loud. It's something that you can say to yourself. You don't have to share it with anyone. You don't have to do this exercise at all if you don't want to. But I just wanted to give you the opportunity to really ground yourself and to stay focused so that you get the physical and mental results you desire. So we've chosen the outcome. We've chosen the feelings we desire. We put those two together in a sentence. And I think the hardest part is to keep that intention in the forefront of your mind throughout the workout and not to let your mind wander away from it. Because how many times have we all been involved in exercise and suddenly like our mind is taken out of the equation and we find ourselves thinking about our to-do list, thinking about what we're going to do after class, thinking about what we're going to do later that night. And you are actually doing yourself a disservice at that point, because the research does show focusing in on what you're doing increases your results, it increases your output, it increases your productivity, whether that's in physical fitness or not. So if you find your mind wandering, and that happens to me all the time, and I can tell because I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing? Try to disregard all opposing thoughts, first of all, to your intention. And then if you feel your mind wandering, repeat it to yourself again and draw yourself back into the present moment. And this may happen several times, especially when you're just beginning throughout the workout. And that's okay, because it took me forever, and I'm still learning how to meditate and how to be just more present and mindful in my life, whether it's in my bar workouts or beyond that. So that's where the work really needs to be done in addition to your actual physical work. So I do promise you that if you continue to practice and continue to just repeat that intention, you're going to have success in your bar workout, and you will feel better. You will feel empowered. You will feel accomplished when the session is over. So as I said, I used to run all the time. And a lot of the times I think I just ran and ran and ran because it was my opportunity to zone out and to kind of think about like what I had to do next. Or even now I'll use walks and stuff sometimes to generate my thoughts for blog posts or for content for Zen Bar. But the purpose is to really focus in on the physical benefits you're getting and really think about the movement and the muscles being used and engaged, especially when you only have a certain amount of time every day to dedicate to getting in a quality movement session. So the intention will help keep you focused and grounded, and you only have to set that intention for that one particular hour of class or half an hour of class. If you want it to extend beyond, great, you may have to modify it slightly, but we're just asking you to do this for a very small portion of your day. So it might not come naturally at first. It may seem a little difficult to do, but I guarantee you, you will, if you take the time to think of a short little intention before you step up to the bar, you're going to feel not only the afterburn from your workout, which is great, right? But you'll have this afterglow, which I like to call it, where you're feeling just really satisfied. And I think that as someone who used to push myself so hard during some of my workouts, when I was done, I was so depleted and exhausted and tired that I was missing the boat. And I know that it's cliche to say, but now I feel this sense of euphoria when I'm done with my workout. And I'm like, oh, wow, I think that was a really great session, because I feel energized rather than the complete opposite of that, like a sweaty puddled mess on the floor who can't function for the rest of her day. So, hey, I'm guilty of it. It's taken me years to figure this out, but I want to share these tips and tricks with you so that you can put them into practice and hopefully get to a point where the exercises you're choosing, the bar workouts you choose to do, leave you feeling the results both inside and out, which is really our whole purpose of Zen Bar in the first place. So we will open up your workout with an intention, and we will remind you of that focus, that concentration, that mindfulness, that presence during the entire workout. And then once the workout's over, you get a chance to cool down and to just kind of reflect on the past hour or so that you were working on your practice and see how you feel, and if you were able to achieve that goal and those feelings that you originally had set out at the beginning of your session. So that's intention retention. It not only intentions allow your muscles to retain lots of energy and strength, but also your mind. So thank you so much for joining me for this week's session of this week's video chat, Tea Time Video Chat. I will see you at the next video chat and at the bar. Take care. Bye.